pleasures, toils, and snares, I have already come. 'Tis grace hath brought me safe thus far, and grace will lead me home. The Lord has promised good to me. His word my hope secures. He will my shield and portion be, as long as life endures. Yes, when this flesh and heart shall fail, and mortal life shall cease, I shall possess within the veil a life of joy and peace. The earth shall soon dissolve like snow, the sun forbear to shine. But God, who called me here below, will be forever mine. We praise thy name, Lord of all, we bow before thee. All on earth thy scepter claim, all in heaven above adore thee. Infinite thy vast domain, everlasting is thy reign. Hark the loud celestial hymn, angel choirs above are raising. Cherubim and seraphim in unceasing chorus praising. Fill the heavens with sweet accord. Holy, holy, holy Lord. Holy God, to thee we praise. Praise thee till the end of days. Infinite thy vast domain, everlasting is thy reign. Jesus Christ, eternal word, holy, holy, holy Lord. Lonely apostolic train, join the sacred name to hallow. Prophets swell the loud refrain, and the white robe martyrs follow. And from on to settle song, through the church the song goes on. Holy God, to thee we praise. Praise thee till the end of days. Infinite thy vast domain, everlasting is thy reign. Jesus Christ, eternal word, holy, holy, holy Lord. Thou art King of glory, Christ, Son of God, yet born of Mary. For us sinners sacrificed, and to death a tributary. First to break the bars of death, thou hast opened heaven to faith. From thy high celestial home, Judge of all again returning. We believe that thou shalt come in the dreaded doomsday morning, when thy voice shall shake the earth, and the startled dead come forth. Holy God, to thee we praise. Praise thee till the end of days. Infinite thy vast domain, everlasting is thy reign. Jesus Christ, eternal Word, holy, holy, holy Lord. Infinite thy vast domain, everlasting is thy reign. Jesus Christ, eternal Word, holy, holy, holy Lord. Holy Lord.
Good morning. Let's turn off the music. Good morning. I often forget to do just that, turn off the music. It's a beautiful Monday morning. I had to think about what day it is. Of course, I had to think about what day it is. It's Monday. We always have to think, what day is it on Monday? Because nobody, I don't know. I was going to say nobody likes Mondays. You know, Garfield always said, oh, I hate Mondays. But don't we all? But then I think about it, and Monday isn't really any different than any other day, right? You know, I mean, Sunday's a little more laid back. Monday we're, I guess, getting back to work, but I've got 4 more days of, I don't know. Maybe it's my general demeanor towards the work I'm doing. I've spent pretty much the entire weekend looking forward to this Monday morning reflection. And actually, it says here, day 1 of 90, becoming a godly man. I want to stray from that at first. We're gonna do about, I don't know, 15 minutes or so, probably the first break or two of the morning radio program. We're going to talk about the upcoming 90 days. You know, I'm not sure why I keep doing this, but I keep coming up with these like 90 day, 45 day, and I really like the 90 day format, to be honest, because it gives us time to really kind of touch into all of this. And Monday through Friday, we are going to discuss becoming kingdom people, living as kingdom citizens. And of course, as you can see this morning, and for the next couple of probably next week or two, we're going to discuss becoming a godly man. Now, I want to talk about, listen, I'm not forgetting the ladies, and I'm not dismissing the ladies. But I think that if we want to see, man, I got to figure out the best way to express this. If we want to see a move back towards the good, the beautiful, and the right, we have to recognize, as a man, I've got to recognize first my part in where I'm at, where we're at as a nation, as a society, as a community, as a world, especially Christians. So I've come up with this 18-week study on growing as godly people. A lot of it has to do with our men. And as I was looking at it over the weekend, it's like, why? And as you can see here, I had begun preparing for this morning with preparing for this show, as I began preparing, I started with what you see in front of you, day one. And we're going to do our day one study today, but I want to start first with our overview of the next 90 days. So I hope not to take up too long on this very specific, actually general, but I think it's a good idea to kind of discuss where is it that we're trying to go. So that's where we're going to start. We're going to start off by kicking off the radio thing. Speaking of which, see, every time I switch machines, I have to sit back and be like, all right, where's this, where's that? It's interesting to say the least. And yeah, I gotta put our audio, let's see, output capture should be the right one, I think.
So we could be whole. He was whipped so we could be healed. We could be healed.
Okay. Try this again. Audio application capture. Here, transition. It's showing up. Oh, there it is. Okay, let's try this time. See if it works this time. Oh, it's muted. It will work.
He was whipped so we could be healed. We could be healed.
That was Isaiah 52/53, Man of Sorrows, from our friends at the Bible and Song ProjectOfLove.com. If you haven't checked it out yet, check out the ProjectOfLove.com with all of the amazing audio offerings they have. They've got a lot of great stuff, and so far there's like two that are a little. I don't know. I was gonna say slow, but not so much slow. There's a couple of them that are kind of like a little different for me. Oh, that's way too dark. But you know, it depends on what kind of mood you're in. But I will say this: as we prepare to do an overview here in the 6 o'clock hour of our morning reflections upcoming 90-day study, we're getting ready to dive into, and I've got a couple of very specific places and generic places and places where I'm kind of still working on a lot of this that we're going to dive into here over the next few weeks. And I want to discuss what it means to be kingdom citizens. And everything kind of changed over the weekend. So over the weekend, I had this whole plan, right? I had this whole thing planned out. I'm ready to go. I think I got this down, like 18 weeks, being a godly man, and we're going to use that to kind of lean into being godly people for the ladies and for the children, because that's the goal, right? That's the whole purpose. Everything that we do is to become the images we're meant to be, to step into the identity that we were meant to be. So when we did our identity discussion a while back, we were talking about this identity that Jesus offers to us, and he offers us a return to the identity that we were meant to be from the beginning. And this is an important distinction to understand. It's an important thing to, it's not that he's offering us some new identity. It is new to us as we transform in different places, as our identity transforms. It is a new thing to us. It's a new way of living, return to the rightful order of things. So I heard a gentleman talking over, I think it's Friday or Saturday, and he was discussing the issue of trans-identifying people, homosexual people, etc. And he said about the stray from the natural order. The natural order of things, the way God created them, God created them, man and woman, to be one. I know this is, what a lot of people would call a sexist take, but it is, how do I say, it is what it is. The truth is the truth, whether we like it or not. God created us to be his images. Not the spitting image of God that looks exactly like him, blah, 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 blah. Like, this isn't about a physical image as much as the examples for the world of him. We're to steward the things of the world. We're to guide each other to the right path. Because the creation of man as an image of God, Ryan and I were discussing this yesterday, because it's hard sometimes to wrap your mind around the idea that God knew, and yet nothing is predestined. How do you do that? Some people, they're like, oh, he's outside of time. I don't understand. Maybe I'm not declaring some kind of knowledge that nobody else has. I've even said that myself. That was that was one of the, it wasn't exactly what I meant, but it was one of the statements I made to Ryan. And the way I made the statement was, time in the heavenly realm runs differently. And then during the discussion, he brought up the perception of time. If you live, let's say, if I live for 1,000 years, I'm going to look at time differently than I do right now. I'm 52 years old. I turned 52 yesterday. And some of you who've watched these videos before know that not too long ago I sat back and listened on the radio. Not too long ago I sat back and realized I have more days behind me than ahead of me. I'm not going to live to 104, nor would I really want to. I guess there's some things that would be, it would be kind of cool to live that long, but at the same time, like, I was sitting there yesterday, it's my 52nd birthday, and I'm sitting there at one point, it's about 10 o'clock in the morning, I think 52 is enough. I don't think for a second that I'm going to harm myself. I'm not. I love my life. But there are times, and anybody who doesn't admit this is probably lying to themselves. There are times where it's like, oh man, it's been long. It's been hard. Especially since I would say since we lost our daughter. And then honestly, there's a few people, my mother is a big one. Just a little over 2 years ago, losing my mother was a big one. But there's a lot that makes you go, and I don't know, maybe if you haven't had this thought process yet, maybe you should consider it. Obviously, depending on your age. Ryan made a very good point yesterday. If I look at my young grandson, Oliver, Merlin, Leo, any of them really, a day is different to them than it is to me, right? Because as far as they are concerned at the moment, they've got the rest of eternity. They're not even considering the end of their life. They're not considering their body failing. They're not considering any of the things that at 52 I have to sit back and go, all right. I mean, I quit drinking soda. I drink a lot more water. I'm taking steps to try to it's not even so much about elongating my life. My days are numbered, and I think known to God. I think He does know when I'll die. I think there is a time, but I'm not predestined to die on, October 17th, 2044 or something. Like, if I believe in predestination, nothing I do matters. If I believe in even a lot of Christian tenets, when you start to get into them, this idea that, as a beggar, I pray to the Lord for things. Oh, I really hope God gives me what I'm praying for. Well, no, He promised. We enter into covenant when we follow Christ. He promised certain things. I can expect them, right? I can expect these things that He promised to be fulfilled. So we talked about God's inalienable will, God's, let's say, universal will, God's immovable, there's a good word for it, immovable will. There are things that are God's will that are going to happen. Period, end of sentence, no discussion, it's gonna happen. And then there's God's will for my life. And God has a will for my life. God has a plan for my life. He knows the plans He has for me. It says so in Jeremiah. Right? I think it was Jeremiah. He knows the plans He has for me. He knows the plans He has for you, for all of us. But He gives us the ability, the free will. He gives us the choice whether or not to live into those plans, follow those plans.